welcome back. This is Adam from Canto Product Reviews, and this is another demo of the brand new Virtual Studio Simulator. In step one, we took a random video from YouTube and we were able to replace the background with a studio. We basically just cut the background out with Camtasia Studio very easily and replaced it with one of the studio images that came with Virtual Studio Simulator. I mentioned at the time that was the first time I have ever done such an effect with a video, which speaks to how easy it is to use both Camtasia Studio and the templates that come with Virtual Studio Simulator. This adds a very professional effect to your videos that will increase engagement, and with increased engagement you're looking at increased profits as well through your video marketing campaigns. So today we're going to kind of explore and choose another template. I haven't decided on which template I'm going to use. I just want to kind of do this naturally and kind of go through and choose one while I'm recording this video. So if we're going to choose a Virtual Studio, we have 2 pages of Virtual Studio templates to choose from inside the members area, which is here. And I'm kind of looking through these now. Some of them, as you can see, they have black screens or transparent screens in which you can insert another image inside them, which is something we did in the first video. It's a really cool effect. This was the template we used in the first demo. Now let's see what we've got on page 2. Let's try this one out. I'm not sure if my video will be compatible with the desk studio and all that, but if it is, that would be pretty cool. So as you can see, there's quite a few, or not quite a few, there's 3 templates that come with this one, or 3 images that come with this template. So we're going to download it. And I have my video. So I believe I am ready to go into Camtasia Studio. Now this is just one of several programs that is compatible with Virtual Studio Simulator. If you do not have any of them, I've mentioned all of the programs that are compatible in the description below this video. But if you don't have any of them, contact me. I will help you get Camtasia Studio without spending any money, any additional money. You will still need to purchase Virtual Studio Simulator. But let me go ahead and pause and load up my videos into the clip bin, since I'm going to have to go into my hard drive here. Okay, so from my hard drive I'm going to drag a couple files into the clip bin. The first one is going to be the Todd Gross video that I'm going to use. This is from the Virtual Studio Simulator promotional page, and I'm just going to use his video and replace the background on it. And then I'm also going to get the template that we just downloaded. That may be a zip file still. Okay, I've gone ahead and moved it into this folder. I seem to be missing one of the images. Let's see if I overlooked that really quick. I see what's going on here. Actually, this table, let's go back here. This will actually be really good for the tutorial. The table is a separate element. So we have to go over here to Virtual Studio Accessories and download that table so we can enter it or include it. Here is, well, desk, I should say. Here's one of the desks. I can use this one. So this is an element that we can use. I'm going to download that. Okay, and now back inside Camtasia, we're going to drag all of the elements that we may use with this video into the clip bin. like so. There's the desk. And I believe that's it. So if you've ever used Photoshop, think of these tracks down here as layers. And if you haven't used Photoshop, I'll explain. But basically track 2, this is my top layer, right? So anything that I drag into track 2, and I'm dragging the Todd Gross video there, anything that I drag into that track is going to be in front of anything below it. So right now, since this background, this green background is not transparent, if I put the studio below the video, we're not going to see it at all, because this is a full screen here. And now let's see, if I was to resize it like that, wait a minute, you have to make sure you have the right thing selected, the right frame selected. So if I'm going to resize it, now you can see behind it. But that's not how we want to do this, okay? So first of all, let's make this a little larger so you can see. Now keep in mind, this is an image, so even though it's only taking up a small duration here, you can always drag it to the duration of your video. Alright, now first I'm going to do this because I want to show the difference between when we transition over to the background. But the other thing we need is the table. So I'm going to drag that, and I want to bring it down. I actually have to move these up so I can create a third track. So bring that down here. Okay, so first things first, we want to make this green background transparent so we can see our studio. So all we do is click the More button in Camtasia and go to Visual Properties. You're going to want to remove a color. And this eyedropper tool, when you click the color icon, this eyedropper tool will allow you to select the color you want to remove. And then it'll do the rest for you, essentially. Now let's move this, actually let's go back a step so I can show you what actually happens here. Okay, so let's get the eyedropper back, remove a color, and there you have it. As you can see, the green has been removed. Now you can see there's still a green outline on Todd. We can get rid of that by adjusting the tolerance, like so. See that? In addition, and the reason he looks pixelated is because this is a really small video. Okay, it's not 1080 pixels or anything, otherwise this would be a lot more sharp. So keep in mind that's an important factor as well. But we're also going to resize him, so it's actually going to look more like that. When we come over here, soon he's going to be behind the desk, remember that. Okay, going to move him up. Let's move him, get him out of the way, basically. There's our table, desk. So I'm going to select that, make sure I have that selected. Let's get this out of the way, actually, so we only have the table. I'm going to resize that. Okay. And let's see what it looks like. So actually what we want to do here is move the table in front of the studio. So I'm going to move this layer down and this one up. There's the table. Now we're just going to have to come up with a good position for it. So maybe I'll take a look at the one they have on the Virtual Studio Simulator members area to get an idea. Okay, so I guess it was page 2. Let's try that. Okay, here it is. So, all right, so I have a pretty good idea. Let's go back here, and I'm going to increase the size like so. Do something like that. Okay. Now, and don't worry guys, this is going to get pretty cool in a moment. Now we're going to go back over to Todd, who is our first layer. There he is. We're going to grab him, put him behind the table. Here we go. This is actually, we might actually want the table to be our first layer. Let me see something here. The proportions are obviously really important. I've never done this before, so I'm hoping to get it right. But let's go ahead and make the table our very front layer. There we go. There he is behind the table. Check that out. We're already getting there. Okay, so we're going to line up all 3 of these layers, and we still have to bring one more layer in because we have this blank screen here, and I want to put something in there so we're not just looking at a blank screen. So he happens to be talking about Virtual Studio Simulator. Just to give you a bit of a teaser, let's take a look at this in motion for just a couple seconds.
And actually replace the green screen.
See that? So that's where we're going with this. Okay, so now let me grab a Virtual Studio Simulator logo. Okay, I'm just going to grab and drag this header into my clip bin. Now let's think about what layer we want this to appear in. This is, well, I suppose we could put it in the front. Could put it in the front. All right, there it is, and I'm going to resize it to fit inside the screen. Center it like that. And if you want it, you know, the proportions of this one is not ideal. But if it was, I could resize it to fit inside the area of our screen behind us, right? But that'll work for now. Now, earlier I mentioned that Todd himself looks a little pixelated because of the dimensions of the original video. Since I recorded it directly from the screen, I didn't have the original 720 pixel source video. So if we actually resize this to its actual size, you can see that he looks more sharp. So let's go ahead and play this back at its original actual size and see what we've got.
It's Todd Gross. Listen, I'm really excited about something. I am launching a green screen product for the first time in over a year now. Early last year, during the winter of 2014, I launched Green Screen Profit, and to your amazement, we did gangbusters with it. Everyone really wants to get into this green screen stuff, just like you're seeing behind me here. Now, what happens, of course, is the user can actually replace the green screen with any image, any video, and it just captures their imagination. It's a shiny object. It's the kind of launch that people love.
There you go. So that is my second green screen ever created. I don't think I would have any chance of being able to do it as easily as I did without Virtual Studio Simulator. So that's about it for this part of our demo series. And once again, I will remind you that below this video there is a link that goes to my Virtual Studio Simulator review page, which I will show you before we leave. And the reason I'm doing this is because on that page, if you purchase through any of the links through this page, I'm also going to give you these free bonuses, all of them. Instructions on how to claim the bonuses are right here on the page as well. And here's something that I do that no other product reviewer is doing. So if you don't like any of these bonuses or all of these bonuses, you can choose from my master list with hundreds of bonuses to choose from, and I will come up with a, based on your preferences, I will put together your custom bonus package. All right. So that's about it. I want to thank you for watching and stay tuned for my next Virtual Studio Simulator demo.